This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressed in all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the Buffalo Bills. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10. They're on the 24-yard line.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They go play action here on first down. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Bravo.
2nd and 10. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. First and 10 at the 45. Now Joe Mixon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Nazaire Jones there on the tackle.
Brings up second and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again second and 10.
Hey, Charlie, come.
Operating from the gun, Eason. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. Ready?
To throw on third down, Eason. He's going to air it out deep for Wood. That's caught at the 25. A big 30-yard play on third.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
Mixon with a first down carry. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Brings up second and goal on the Seahawks 7-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm coming for you. You must. Big river.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Caught by Jones. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. From 10 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Stephen Hauschka for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
On third down, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Let's go.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On second down, here's Mixon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So that'll back him up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Switch it. Come on, switch. X3, 218, chopper.
Looking to throw. Eason, rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Back to throw. Eason buying time to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Shit. Hey, lock it. Hey, exit. Go. Down.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Eason gonna look deep for Wilson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Albert Wilson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Hauschka adds the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Zebra. Here we go. No time.
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got Lockett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it? Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Wilson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 23 here on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
You got nothing.
Looking to throw. Eason looking deep down into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Trying to get it to Woods. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and goal.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Throwing is Wilson. And it'll be intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick.
Hey, let's go. Intercepted. Wilson, let's get this.
Intercepted. The Bills take over first and 10.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Second and 11. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. They'll run on first down. Mixon, and very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14.
Go, 30 base. He can't hang. Get it.
On first down, Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, Steve 6. 56. Mike, 56, right there. 56.
To throw on second down. Eason got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll give it to Mixon. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's into the clear. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he was kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Looking to throw on second down. Eason, and a completion to Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I'd be less crazy. It's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39.
That's another Bills first down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off.
Mixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll go down at the 28.
And the Bills first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
36. Look, squeeze. Hey, Haywood. Go.
And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
Let's go.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Coming to you. Kill. Turn it up. Hey, Foxtrot.
Operating from the gun. Eason. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the Bills have taken the lead here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Charles, this one, not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. He rifles complete, caught by Moore. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Wilson now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Now Wilson operating from the gun. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Now Wilson on first down. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Throwing on second and long. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep the offense moving.
They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 56-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. We've seen some big kicks in the NFL the last few years, and that one might just rank right up there.
And you know you can hear the crowd react, right? But I was focused in on the sideline and watched them absolutely erupt. I don't know how many of them thought that he was actually going to make that kick, but how about how they felt when the ball went over the post?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Eason. He completes it to Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here. Over 20 yards.
Hey, high 7.
Throwing on first down. Eason. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Woods, the intended receiver. After the interception, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of the yard, and it'll be second down. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hodges. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Watch safety. Hey, Alpha. Come.
Off play action. Eason airing it out deep for Woods. And that's caught inside the 35. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it's all going to come down to Stephen Hauschka. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it's all going to come down to Stephen Hauschka. He made his only attempt earlier. This for the win. And this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places.
Oh, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. In on the stop, Bradley McDougald.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Here we go! 60 outlaw! 5. Team, we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Right there. 54. Right there.
On third and 2, Eason. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain here is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
70, Indy.
Hey, alert 3.
Let's go.
Again, it's Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf. Now.
And they will take a knee here.
The quarterback on the keeper. A loss of a yard.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And this one a 41-yard attempt.
A 41-yard.
And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. We were just treated to an absolute dandy in this one. A great finish in overtime with a long field goal. Everybody, including us, on the edge of their seats. Quite a game.
And it's rare that you get a game into overtime that it doesn't turn out to be a dandy, right? That's what we saw here. And just what you were talking about.